Good morning, LA Pipe Smoker. Today with a sharing of my Peterson pipes with you. Thought I would do a little video presentation of my Peterson collection. I realized the other day that I've acquired about, looks like 6 now. I had one come today, and I thought I'd do a little inventory and show you what I have and little reflections on how they smoke. Was my cat. She, she really crazed my attention on Saturday mornings, which I can completely understand. So you may see her from time to time. She's inspecting the quality of my presentation. So, hello, Lucy. Do you like my Peterson pipes? You like my Peterson pipes? We're gonna sit you down over here, girl. Alrighty. Well, let's get to it then. This morning I'm smoking my Peterson Milverton. It's from the Return of Sherlock Holmes series, and it's the ebony version, bent, and it's really quite nice. 9mm filtered. Show that to you a little bit. Let's do the hand and back of it. I don't know if that really helps, but it's a beautiful little pipe. It smokes very well, and in it, Plum Pudding Reserve. It's a great tobacco. I really like it. It comes in this crumble cake. Looks kind of like a brownie. And little on the moist side, I suppose. But the Reserve is a little bit richer, a little bit smoother than the regular Seattle Club Plum Pudding. Highly recommend it. Really enjoy it. It's a English Balkan pressed and plug cut tobacco. So it's a plug. I guess it's not a cake. Whatever. A rare blend of Latakia, Orientals, Virginias, Perique, and Cavendish. For those of you who are vapor lovers, the Perique is pretty in the background on this. Every now and then I get a little tingling, a little sense of it, but it's not a prominent feature in this. Latakia, very much so. It's a wonderful blend. And I thoroughly enjoy it. Well, I've started my Thanksgiving vacation. We have a week, and so I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and thought I'd get out in front of it and make a video. And I've been meaning to share my Peterson collection for some time, as I've acquired it over the last few years. Also wanted to share with you a little bit about the silver hallmarking code that they use as a way of dating the silver bands. Now, the silver bands and the pipe make date are not necessarily the same. So the silver band could have been manufactured and stamped and added to the pipe much later. So it's not, I don't think it's a reliable way for necessarily dating the manufacturer of the pipe. I want to make that clear. I did a little research, and it seems to indicate that the hallmark stamping on the silver band is the date of the hallmark stamping, not necessarily the date of the pipe manufacturer, but I imagine they're not too far apart. All right. I think the first Peterson pipe that I owned, that I purchased, was this Deluxe system pipe. And this is an 8S, and you can see the size. It's a nice little pipe. It's good for a half-hour smoke. It has the condenser The condenser normally can be unscrewed, and you can smoke it without the condenser. The role of the condenser is simply to attract the moisture in the stream of smoke and cool the smoke a little bit, and it works all right. It's not quite as effective as a 9mm charcoal activated filter, but it's serviceable, and I enjoy smoking my pipes with a filter. It's not a requirement, but I do tend to do that. Excuse me, I think I'm coming down with a little bit of a cold. My second pipe that I bought was a little larger. The same design. This is a Peterson 11S, so you see the size is a bit more. Same thing with the condenser. You can see you can, well, theoretically you can unscrew it. It's just my hands are not enough of a grip to do it, but you can unscrew that. Use a little pair of pliers to do that. You can unscrew it and clean it. But a lot of people have different estimations on whether these system pipes are really all that good, but I enjoy it. It's not quite as much of a filter as a 9mm activated charcoal, so if you find the 9mm filters a bit too much for you, but want some mediation in your smoke flow, these might be worth your try. They certainly are enjoyable to smoke, and the briar is good. It's a good quality briar, and I have absolutely no complaints. I don't plan on buying any more Deluxe system pipes, though. I think having a couple is enough. Now the dates on the silver bands for these Petersons. This one, the 8S, is an F marking, and the silver bands have 3 hallmark stamps. The first one indicates that it was crafted in Ireland. Excuse me. The second one indicates the purity of the silver, and so 0.925 is the standard. I think it was after October of '97 that they began just stamping the number 925 instead of the symbol that they used to use. And then the third stamp is an alphabet letter, and the lettering corresponds to the date. In this case, the 8S has an F stamped onto it. Can't see it here, but it corresponds to a date stamping of 1991. The 11S, the stamp on this one is a C, and it dates to 1988. So that's when the silver was hallmarked. So a reasonable guess as to when the pipes were manufactured. I have to be honest, I was a little surprised that they were actually that early. So they must sit around in the warehouse for some time or in stock someplace. You see that I'm smoking my Milverton, the Return of the Sherlock Holmes edition, and this is the other Sherlock Holmes pipe that I have. This is a Mycroft pipe, and this one was manufactured, the hallmark stamping was manufactured in '91. It's an F, and smokes really well. It's a 9mm filter pipe. Peterson has a number of those, and I believe this is a lucite stem. It's not a vulcanite or ebonite stem. Of course, those are my favorite. I find those to be most comfortable to smoke. But Peterson makes vulcanite stems too, I believe. I know I've seen a number of them on eBay, and I favor the vulcanite or ebonite stems. that I've tinned to my pipe. Boy, that's really flavorful tobacco. All right, so you probably see me smoking this one before. This is a rusticated Peterson spigot shaped 999 military mount, and it also holds a 9mm filter. I have a video where I go into the history of the military mount, but to make a long story short, or if you want to skip that video, it was alleged that the soldiers put on a shell casing here when their pipe stem broke. So, not sure if that's really true, but at any rate, that's the legend. And there is an advantage to having a military mount like this, and that's that you can smoke it and then immediately you can take off the stem without worrying about cracking the briar or anything like that. It's a really nice pipe, although I've talked to a few other people that have this particular pipe, and they confirm that there's a hot spot right around here on the pipe. You got to be careful when you're breaking it in. It's not so much anymore. I've got a nice cake in there now, but early on when I first smoked this, I noticed that this part of the pipe was really heating up, and so I backed off quite a bit. The rest of it seems to be fine, but it must be something having to do either the manufacturer or the particular briar they're using for that. I don't know. But after about 15 or 20 smokes, it really, it's not too noticeable. And this is a wonderful pipe to smoke in the car. I typically smoke this in the car on the way home from work. I kind of think, wonder if I got into an accident and the and the airbags went off, and having this lodged down my throat. So I always kind of keep it to the side with the idea that it would be pushed away, and it's a small enough pipe to where I don't think it'll do much damage. So, and it's easy to kind of look around to check your blind spots while you're driving. So I appreciate these smaller pipes when I'm trying to drive. Finally, this is a new pipe for me. It's a Peterson Rosa Lair. It's not a filtered pipe. It's a smooth finish, and I actually haven't even smoked it yet. So probably over the course of this next week, I'll be breaking this in and smoking it. You can see the grain is rather nice. It seems to be pre-charred inside, so it may not need too much breaking in, but I like to go easy on my new pipes. Not try to build up too big of a cake too quick. I don't want to ruin the smoothness, or not so much the smoothness, but the even layer of cake buildup. I find that that's rather important. Well, that's all my Peterson pipes. I have 6 of them, and I enjoy smoking them on a regular basis, especially my spigot. But this one is really, really contending for my favorite pipe of the month. I've been smoking this quite a bit lately. All right, well, that about does it. I hope you have a wonderful and gratitude-filled Thanksgiving. Thanks for stopping by. Little shout out to Hedge Wizard, who just subbed me this morning. Really appreciate you stopping by and taking the time to sub. Look forward to seeing some content when you put it up. Definitely, I'll be over there. Cheers to all my friends. And again, have a wonderful and happy Thanksgiving for everybody in the United States. And for everybody else, I hope you have a good week and good weather. Take care. See you next time.